Hello and welcome to my garden tour. Today is June 4th and I'm doing the first garden tour of June, so let's take a look. Here we have my zucchini. This bed needs to be weeded really badly. So I've got my zucchini. I transplanted them about 3 weeks ago. I've got my lone cucumber. Looks like it's doing really good, considering it looked pretty wimpy. Here's my yellow squash, already getting ready to have some flowers, which is just crazy to me. We've got the corn, which is actually really getting big. I put my jalapeno plant in the middle of the corn because it needed a lot of sun. And then over here, I can get there without stepping on the squash. This is my big hybrid tomato. Planted this guy just a few days ago with the jalapeno, and it's looking real happy. So let's see, the corn is getting close to my knee height. Walking through the corn. Here are my tomatoes. These are the Russian. Okay, I really need to weed, but my Russian purple tomatoes are looking really good. These are all ones I started from seeds. Let's move over a row. These are the Brad's Atomic Grape. They are also looking really good. Oh my goodness, the weeds. These are the Dr. Witchies. If you recall, when I transplanted them, their leaves were just touching the ground, and how much they have grown in a couple of weeks since I transplanted them is crazy. These orange hats are miniature tomatoes, and they're really growing really well, but they're still not getting huge. Here's my plum tree. We've got some really brittle pieces from the winter, but it survived and is doing really well. So far, the pests have been minimal, which is great. Oh, let's turn around. I have not been weeding. We've been terrible garden mom. Here are the Easter basket mix radishes. I've been trying to thin them, and I've been pulling ones that are getting really leggy to make room for ones like that are actually developing radishes. They're doing really well, considering. Then I've got my carrots. I've been weeding these pretty frequently, about every 2 days, and I've been thinning them also. So we should have some good carrots for once, hopefully. These are the Hercules carrots. They're really slow to germinate, and I think we had a rabbit digging in the garden. These are my golden beets. Again, I've been trying to thin them, but we've got somebody who's digging in the garden, which doesn't make me super happy. This is the part of the tour where somebody volunteers to come help me weed this bed, because I cannot manage on my own. So this is our Bok Choy, which you can see has gone to seed and has moth poop on it. The peas are going well. Here's our walking stick kale. We've got at least 4 plants, possibly 5, that look like they're doing good. But again, somebody's been digging. So as we move over We've got the spinach that's bolting. We've got the blue curly kale being covered by pea tendrils that are falling. But the kale is looking good. Some of it's bolted. Autumn needs to come out here and eat it. But these are the purple sweet magnolia peas. I'm very excited that they are finally taking off. I have them in the shadiest corner of the garden in hopes that that helps them last a little bit longer. Last year, by the beginning of July, it was so hot, the peas were done, and it was sad because we love our peas. And behind me, we have our onions that are finally starting to look really, really good. I think the squirrels have finally realized that there's no fun in digging them up because the bags are just soil. But we've got a variety of onions. These are supposed to be the Stuttgarter onions, which are a white onion. I believe these are the bunching onions in the middle. Can't be sure because the squirrels dug everything up. Here we have our red onions with some weeds. So I'm pretty happy with how the onions are looking. This is our butterleaf lettuce, which is really starting to look great. I might come out and pick some a little later today. Now that it's warming up, it's really taking off. This is the Swiss chard. It's also finally looking happy in its new spot. Again, this is the shadier garden area. They get dappled sunlight in the morning and then a little bit of direct sun at night or in the evening, which seems to be great for the greens and the onions. Here we have the garlic. I planted the garlic in October. I need to weed it, obviously. I've got quite a few pansies that have migrated into the garlic bed. The garlic is up to my hips. It's doing really well. Not sure that we've got sufficient bulbs yet, but it's doing good. Here are the peppers. These are the Buena Mulata peppers. This is the sunnier part of this bed, but I'm afraid they're not getting as much sun as they need. These are the sparkly purple peppers. Not looking super huge. These are the Oscillo Italian that I planted last year and saved seeds from. These are actually looking really good, considering they were teeny weeny peppers. These are the Tom Thumb peas. Looks like somebody's been tasting them, but they are overall looking good. I only planted these seeds about 3 weeks ago, so pretty good germination. And then the very sad PTP. Here's the strawberry bed. The Gascana strawberry is having a flower. I've had a few flowers on the Seascape strawberries, and I see more coming. So we should actually have some decent strawberries this year. Behind me is Autumn's flower bed. I see nasturtium coming up. I'm guessing we've got sunflowers and cosmos and zinnia. We really just threw a whole bunch of seeds in here and are going to see what comes. Here are my foxglove. I'm totally obsessed with them. I think when I have a more permanent yard, I'm just going to have a whole bed full of foxglove, because look at how amazing they are. They come up to my chest, so I'd say they're about 4 feet tall. And these blooms are just incredible. The lilacs are done, but the peonies are opening. It's always an exciting time when the peonies are opening. So here's my herb garden. Things have been intense over here. I've got more pansies that have come back. These are the hollyhock that I planted last year. This is my lemon balm with some grass in the way that has just like quadrupled in size and volume. I've got chamomile again. All these little sprouts are marigolds that I threw in here. I've added chives. I've got some beets along with chives from the previous year. These are the radishes I planted in March. This is dill that I just planted. Got basil. My carrots finally are germinating from March. Move over here. Got tarragon. I've got rosemary. No, that's marjoram, my mistake. This is my sage plant, which if you watched any of these videos from last year, you know was at least a quarter this size at the end of last year. Now I have so much sage, it's flowering these beautiful purple flowers that the bees are in love with, and I'm just happy to let them go. I planted some purple basil that hasn't germinated, along with some miniature sunflowers in this pot. I've got my potatoes. We filled them up a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, to encourage more tuber production. And they are pretty insane right now. This is my thyme that came back. It's also monstrous. I've got another tarragon plant here because I love tarragon. And then we've got cilantro, another hollyhock, some parsley. There's the lemon balm. Here's my lavender, the English lavender. No, this is the Provence lavender that came back. So that's my herb garden at the moment. This is the area of the garden that I dread. It's always rocky and overgrown with weeds and I don't know what. So I threw a bunch, by a bunch I mean 60,000 wildflower seeds in here, and we actually have some wildflowers coming up. I believe this is yarrow, and that's very exciting. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have some more flowers over here and make this a pretty little area. So that's what's growing here right now. The reason we wanted to start a flower garden this summer, not only to encourage pollinators to come to the vegetable garden, but also so we could have some cut flowers. So my question to you is, can you cut foxglove and put it in a bouquet? I don't know. I've never grown foxglove. I've only ever seen it in pictures, so I'm pretty much in awe. It's like a fairy garden. Let me know if it's something you can cut and put in a vase or a bouquet. For now, I'm happy with my peonies. I'm going to surprise my mother-in-law and put them in the guest room where she's staying because they're her favorite flower. So I hope things are well by you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and until next time, I hope things are growing well.